In a small village, a young woman named Adana was loved by everyone. Her family, the Okafors, was wealthy, and her father, Chief Okafor, was well respected. One day, her father announced during a big feast that Adana would marry Dike, a man from a nearby village known for his wealth and success. Her mother was thrilled, hoping Adana would have a life filled with luxury. However, Adana wasn't happy. She didn't feel any warmth from Dike. He always seemed focused on wealth and business rather than kindness. Adana dreamed of marrying someone she truly loved, not someone chosen for money. Later that night, she sat under the big baobab tree, looking up at the stars. Her friend Uche joined her, and Adana shared her worries, saying she wanted to marry for love, not wealth. Days went by, and wedding preparations continued, with gifts arriving from Dike's family. But each gift made Adana feel heavier inside. She finally decided to talk to her father. With a steady voice, she told him she didn't want to marry Dike. Chief Okafor was disappointed and reminded her of the comfort and stability Dike could provide. But Adana stood firm, saying she wanted a life filled with love, even if it meant giving up riches. As she walked away from her father, she felt a mix of sadness and courage. Adana had chosen her path, even though she knew it wouldn't be easy. As weeks went by, people in the village talked about Adana's choice. Some thought she was foolish for rejecting a wealthy suitor, while others quietly admired her courage, though they didn't want to go against Chief Okafor. One evening, while Adana was returning from the river with a water jug, she heard a voice softly call her name. She looked around but saw no one. Then the voice called again, closer this time, saying, "Adana, come." Feeling curious, Adana followed the voice into the forest, walking down a path she knew well. But soon, she found herself in a clearing she had never seen before. By an ancient tree stood a figure cloaked in shadows. "Who are you?" Adana asked, a bit nervous. "I am Nnabike," the figure said, his voice gentle yet strong. "I have come to give you a choice." "A choice?" Adana repeated, feeling her heart beat faster. "Yes," Nnabike replied. "You chose to follow your own path instead of the one your family set for you. And now you must decide your fate. Will you continue to seek love, or will you return to your father's wishes?" Adana thought quietly, feeling the importance of her choice. "I will not return back," she said firmly. "I will marry for love, no matter what." Nnabike nodded. "Very well. But know this, Adana. Love is not simple. It will bring challenges and sacrifices. Are you ready for that?" "Yes," Adana answered, her voice steady. "Then go, and may the spirits guide you," Nnabike said before disappearing into the shadows. Adana returned to the village, her heart filled with both fear and excitement. She wondered what trials Nnabike spoke of, but she was ready to face them. After her visit to the forest, a stranger named Eze came to the village. He was a simple farmer from a distant place, looking for a new home. Eze didn't have much with him, only the clothes he wore and a small bag of seeds. He was different from other men in the village, quiet, gentle, and hard-working. Eze began planting crops in a small field near the village edge. One day, Adana passed by Eze's field and stopped to watch him working. When Eze looked up and saw her, he smiled warmly and greeted her. She greeted him back, feeling a warmth she hadn't felt before. From then on, Adana often visited Eze's field, and they spent hours talking and laughing. Eze told her about his travels and the places he had seen, while Adana shared her dreams for a life filled with happiness and love. As they spent more time together, Adana and Eze grew closer. Eze treated her with kindness and respect, and Adana could see that his love for her was true and pure, not based on wealth or power. But people in the village began to notice their bond, and rumors spread. Some villagers thought she was foolish for choosing a poor farmer over a wealthy suitor, and others whispered strange things, wondering if she had been affected by spirits. Even her family began to worry as they noticed her closeness to Eze. As the sun began to set, Chief Okafor called Adana to his side. With a serious expression, he said, "Love won't feed you when you are hungry or keep you warm when you are cold. But a life without love, no matter how wealthy, would leave me cold in my heart." Adana replied, "I cannot marry someone I don't love." Chief Okafor's face became even more serious. "I won't allow it. You won't bring shame to this family." Adana knew her father was firm, but her choice was made. "If you can't accept my love for Eze, then I will leave this house. I won't marry only for wealth." With that, Adana turned and left the compound, leaving the home she had known all her life to be with Eze. The village was filled with talk about what she had done. Some felt sorry for Chief Okafor, while others admired Adana's bravery. And in the quiet of the night, everyone wondered how her story would end. Life was challenging for Adana and Eze. Though they loved each other deeply, they had very little. Eze's crops grew slowly, and the seasons were tough. They often ate their simple meals in silence, knowing they only had each other for support. But despite these hard times, Adana never regretted her choice. She felt a joy with Eze that she had never felt before. One night, with the wind howling outside their small hut, Eze looked at Adana and spoke softly. "I have nothing to give you except my heart. But I worry that it isn't enough. I feel I have failed you." Adana took his hands and said gently, "You've given me the best gift, your love. I would rather struggle with you than live in a golden cage with someone else." Her words brought Eze comfort, but he still wished to give her a better life. So the next morning, Eze decided to visit an ancient oracle who lived deep in the forest. It was said the oracle could change one's fortune, but her help came with a cost. When Eze arrived at the oracle's hut, the air was filled with the scent of boiling herbs. The old oracle with clouded eyes, but a sharp spirit, welcomed him. "I know why you are here," she said. "You want wealth, not for yourself, but for the woman you love." Eze nodded. "Yes, I want to give Adana the life she deserves." The oracle warned him, "I can grant you this wealth, but it may come at a great price. Wealth brings its own challenges." Eze, eager to ease Adana's struggles, agreed quickly. The oracle handed him a pouch with strange glowing seeds. "Plant this in your field. By the next full moon, your land will overflow with riches. But remember, tell no one, not even Adana, or the magic will vanish. Eze thanked the oracle and returned to the village, excited but a little scared. That night, he planted the seeds in secret. Within days, the crops grew quickly, filling the field with golden plants. The villagers were amazed by Eze's sudden prosperity, and soon everyone began talking about his success. Adana was thankful for the new wealth, but she felt something was wrong. Eze had become distant, and he would not tell her how the field had grown so quickly. This secret seemed to be taking away their happiness. As the full moon got closer, Eze grew more anxious. One evening, Adana, tired of feeling the distance between them, gently asked, Eze, you have changed. We have everything we need, but you seem worried. Please, tell me what is troubling you. Eze struggled with his promise to the oracle. He wanted to tell Adana everything, but he feared losing their wealth. Finally, he couldn't hold it any longer and told her the truth. The visit to the oracle, the magical seeds, and the warning that came with them. Adana listened, growing sad as she heard the story. Why didn't you tell me sooner? She asked softly. I never wanted riches, Eze. All I wanted was your love. Just as she finished speaking, a strong wind swept through the village, tearing the crops to dust under the full moon. All the wealth they had gained vanished in an instant. Eze fell to his knees, heartbroken. I am sorry, Adana. I only wanted to give you a better life. Adana knelt beside him, placing a gentle hand on his shoulder. We don't need wealth, Eze. We have each other, and that is enough. The villagers watched in awe as Eze and Adana, now without riches, stood together, their love stronger than ever. Though they had lost their wealth, they had found something more valuable, a love that could not be broken by fortune or misfortune. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to Touching African Stories channel for more inspiring tales. Thank you and see you in the next story.